Ritesh caught up with Ajay Srinivasan, the CEO of Financial Services at the Aditya Birla Group, and began by asking him what the impact of demonetisation would be on the economy. Listen in.
So I think it's early days, and therefore we are all kind of trying to figure out what the impact is. Like you said, it's never been done before at this scale. I mean, 85% of currency notes disappearing from the system is a large shock. My sense is the initial impact is going to be probably slightly more than many people expected, because I think it's taking time for the cash to come back into the system. But I don't know how long that's going to last, and I think ultimately this is going to be very, very good for the economy, and I think for the financial services sector in particular, because you move money from the informal sector into the formal sector, you get lower rates, you get better taxation, you get a better fiscal deficit. So it's very difficult to not think of all the positive benefits that will accrue. I just don't know how long this adjustment process will take.
Well, actually, financial services sector, the initial pain appears to be a little more. At least the stock markets are running down. Many of the NBFCs, which were the darlings until now. What are your people on the ground telling you?
So at least as of now, we've not seen any impact on our NBFC. In the housing side, we've seen a slowdown in logins. We've seen a slowdown in disbursements. But you know, a lot of this is just adjusting to things. So for instance, in life insurance, we've seen a slight drop in renewal premiums that we used to collect. But that's because we used to get some of the renewal premium in cash. And if people don't have cash in the system, they're going to delay the payment of renewal premiums. So some of this, in my sense, is an adjustment. I think the whole thing about there being a problem with credit and there being a problem that people are reacting to, and the stock market anticipates many, many things way ahead of time. I'm not sure it's actually playing out on the ground as of now. We haven't seen the signs of that.
You don't see an NPA uptick, at least in this and the next quarter?
It could be, but I just think it's too early, and at least we've not seen anything so far that gives us a sense of that. But you know, a lot of that is going to be last mile, the last mile where people have trouble, and therefore looking at at making their adjustments to their business model. And we're not fully retail in the sense in our business model compared to many other players whose prices have adjusted. You know, our model is slightly different, and therefore, at least as far as our model is concerned, we haven't seen any impact so far.
Okay, but Ajay, before all that, when are you getting listed? I mean, how do we play the Aditya Birla, pluses and minuses? The financial services unit was to be listed shortly. Now, what is the timetable?
No, actually, we are very much in terms of the timetable we spoke about when we launched the scheme in August, Lata. We said that there'll be a process of the merger first of Nuvo into Grasim, and then there'll be a process of a demerger.
Yes.
And that demerger we always said was going to happen in April to June of next year. And I think we're pretty much on time for that.
Demerger is April to June.
That's
so
right. We'll get listed between April and June of next year.
Okay, okay. Well, in a sense, therefore, you missed the bright period of NBFCs starring the stock market lead. But are all the issues resolved in the merger? I mean, people were complaining that probably Idea is going to get a lot of the money from the holding company. Have you satisfied your...
So we've been interacting with a number of investors since the day that's happened, and I think explaining to them a lot of things that maybe many people did not quite understand at the original stage. So I think many more people are understanding today what the logic and what the rationale is for what we've done, and coming on board.
So no tweaking needed, a little bit? No. So when does the merger process get over? Is there a time for that?
We said earlier that the merger process would get over by February, March of this year, and then the demerger would happen thereafter.
Okay. So you expect this fiscal, the merger is complete, and you would be... Okay. Well, there's just one more niggling issue on the merger, but I have other questions on the demonetization and the markets. Idea. I mean, that's a very big part of the merged company, the merged entity when it's listed. Rumors refuse to go away about, Idea looking for partners or partners wanting Idea. Will we hear something on those lines?
That's something I can't comment on at all. I really don't have any idea on that.
Okay. All right. I'll come back to that if we are able to get some more concrete, statements from or buzz from the market. But, the payment bank, the financial services company apart, payment bank was to be the big bridge between the two. When do you think that will be...
So work is completely underway. Part of it is also getting approvals from the RBI for what we're doing. We are in the process. Most of our tech platform is ready. The team is in place. We're getting our product offerings in place. So I think we should be, as I said earlier, we should be in the first half of next calendar year. We should be ready to go public.
Okay, but this would be a great time, isn't it? I mean, demonetization gives digital finance a big push. So are you all planning to therefore advance it?
No, it clearly does give a big push. I don't think a few months is going to make a big difference, because I think we're really talking about a complete change in the way people are going to be dealing with money and payments and all of that. So I think that's a bigger consumer change, and I think the impact of that is going to be long lasting. It's not going to be a question of a few months. So we still think we're in the right time frame as far as that's concerned.